Hi everyone, welcome to my science fair project, and this is called Color in Psychology. So this project will explore how color changes the way humans perceive things. Numerous studies have found that different colors have different meanings and change the way we perceive, and my research will consist of experiments in which multiple subjects explain how a certain piece of artwork or photo makes them feel. Looking at common patterns regarding their reactions to various images with different colors and values will help me determine a solid set of information about how color changes the way humans perceive messages. For experiment number 1, we have this photo right here, and when asked how this photo makes them feel, numerous subjects answered that the image makes them feel a sense of warmth and like it's a cozy fall day. The sun, they said, stands out in the image, and overall a feeling of comfort is apparent. Next up for experiment number 2, when asked how this photo makes them feel, numerous subjects answered that they feel meditative and in a state of solitude and peace. And the image feels somewhat foreign and communicates a feeling of isolation and distance from everything and everyone else. For the third experiment, I asked the participants to describe how they felt when they imagined themselves in these two pictures. So I basically asked, picture yourself in the settings of these two pictures and describe how you feel. So for the cooler tone picture, it got a reaction of a relaxed, free, quiet, calm, and content feeling, whereas the warmer tone photo made the participants feel wondrous, warm, hopeful, and inspired. So this shows that while the image content itself can be identical, like the two photos can be of the same thing, but a viewer can receive the image differently, drastically, just because of how the hue is changed and the colors differ. For the last experiment, I asked several questions about which flower the participants felt fit a certain question the best. So the first question is, which flower stood out to you the most when you first saw this slide? So most of the participants, they said green and blue. And next, when I asked why they thought that was, they said that a green flower is somewhat unusual and blue is a bolder color. I also asked which flower feels the most or brings the most comforting feeling, and most participants said both purple and yellow. And asking why they thought that was, they said that purple is calming and serene and yellow is joyful and uplifting. I also asked which flower did they find the least attention catching, and they said orange and red. When asked why, they said that orange is visually similar to red, and red is a common color in flowers, so it didn't really stand out much. With this experiment, I also asked them to describe each of these colors using a couple of words. So for red, they said passion, love, and intensity. Orange, springtime, boldness, and confidence. Yellow, they said contentment, happiness, and uplifting. Green, they said natural, trustworthy, and organic. For blue, they answered thoughtful, calm, and serene. And for purple, they said power, strength, and luxury. So after conducting these experiments, what did we learn? Considering the research conducted in this project, we can generally determine that warmer colors are usually received as being uplifting, cozy, energizing, and optimistic, whereas cooler colors are received as being more thoughtful, serene, solitary, and meditative. Finally, we can conclude that you can look at the same image, however, a different color scheme skews the way that you view the message of the image. Considering the research conducted in this project, we can generally determine that psychologically our minds do have different meanings for images with contrasting hues, therefore affecting our perception of an image's message. This kind of information can be useful in the real world, given that you can influence how someone sees you or your work solely based on the colors you wear or that you incorporate into visual appearance. That's all. Thank you so much for listening, and I would encourage you to go play with color and see what you find.